Hello Algebra 1 students, this is lesson 34. Our objective for today is how do you recognize and extend an arithmetic sequence? Well, I've given you an example here of an arithmetic and non-arithmetic sequences, so please right now just pause this video and look at both of them and see if you can find a pattern between the ones on the left, which are arithmetic, and the ones to the right that are not. So really you're just trying to look for a pattern between these ones right here. What do all of these have in common that these do not have? Okay, good. Hopefully you've actually spent some time and figured that out. And if you did spend some time, I hope that you started noticing that you could add, right, from here to here. We could just add 1 from here to here. You could add 1 from here to here. You could add 1. Or maybe what you did is you said, if I said 2 minus 1, I get 1. 3 minus 2, right, this way, I get 1. 4 minus 3, I get 1. Notice these 1s are all coming out. These are what we call a common difference, and that holds true for all of the arithmetic sequences. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 15 minus 10, 5. 20 minus 15, 5, etc. 3, so negative 3 minus a minus 5 is 2. Negative 1 minus a minus 3 is 2. 2 minus a minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 1, 2. 5 minus 3, 2. 7 minus 5, 2. So you have a common difference. So all arithmetic sequences must have a common difference, which means that there's a constant number being added to find the next one. Non-arithmetic sequences don't have that. So notice if you said 2 minus 1 here, 2 minus 1, that gives you 1, but here, this is 4 minus 2. That's equal to 2. So notice those are not common, they're not the same, so therefore it doesn't work. Same idea here, 4 minus 2 gives me 2, but 8 minus 4 gives me 4. So those are not common. And you can do the same thing with that third one as well. So to be arithmetic sequence, they must have a common difference. Alright, so it says determine if this is arithmetic. If yes, give D, which is the common difference, and the next two terms. So let's just try this out real quick. 4 minus 11. 4 minus 11, well, that's equal to a negative 7. Negative 3 minus 4, that gives me negative 7. And then a negative 10 minus a minus 3, which is negative 10 plus 3 gives me negative 7. So notice all of those are the same. So that is going to be my D. My common difference is at negative 7. Right? That's what I was looking for there. And the next two terms. So what I'm looking for is what would be the next two things that would go in line with this. Well, I'll just keep doing the same thing. Like I took 11 and I minus 7 and I got 4. 4 minus 7 I got 3. Negative 3. So negative 3 minus 7 I got negative 10. So I'm going to say negative 10 minus 7 is going to give me negative 17. And then negative 17 minus 7 is going to give me negative 24. So those are my next two numbers in the sequence. Alright, now what about this next one here? Let's see here. So I'm going to say 8 minus 4 is equal to 4. I'm going to say 16 minus 8. That's equal to, well, 8. And so I don't even have to keep going because do those have a common difference? No. So is this an arithmetic sequence? No, is my answer. Alright, now, when we have an arithmetic sequence, it follows this pattern. If I want to find some term, right, a sub n is just the nth term, and I guess, let's pause for a second and talk about a sequence. A sequence is just an order of numbers and that have a pattern, and they have an order. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This is an arithmetic sequence with the common difference of 5. And my first term is 5. So notice this is my first term, this is my second term, my third, my fourth, my fifth, my sixth. So that's why we call a sub 1, which is the first term, that number down there on the bottom is talking about its position. It's first position, second position, third position, fourth position. So my nth term is a sub n. My a sub n is just talking about the nth term, so maybe the 17th or the 20th term. Okay, so if I want to find that one, I just need to know the term before it, right? A sub n minus 1 is just the term before the nth term. So if I want to find the 20th term, this would be the 19th, because 20 minus 1 is 19. Plus the common difference would give me the next term. Another rule here is if we wanted to just find the 20th term. Alright, because sometimes it wouldn't be too bad if I just wanted to find the 5th term. I knew the first one, the common difference. I could just work my way up to it. But what if they said the 76th term or the 102nd term? That'd take a long time if I just had to use the one before it. But with an arithmetic sequence, I can use this cool formula here. Since if I want to find some term, like say the 20th term, then I just need to know the first term, a sub 1, right, the first term, and the common difference, and then I can use that information to calculate the 20th, or whichever one I'm looking for, the nth term. So let's just try this real quick. It says, use this rule to find the 8th term and the 20th term. So we have to do this 2 different times. Well, to find the 8th term, that means n is going to equal to 8. Okay? So we're going to look for a sub 8, that's the 8th term. It's going to be negative 5, and notice this is my first term, right? Then I'm going to say plus, well, n is 8, so this is going to be 8 minus 1. And then I'm going to say minus 2 times the negative 2. And notice that is my difference. Negative 2 is my common difference. So let's just simplify that down. That's going to be negative 5 plus 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 times negative 2 is going to be negative 5 plus a negative 14, which is going to give me a negative 19. So that means my a sub 8th is negative 19. Let's go ahead and find the 20th term now. For the 20th term, that means n is going to equal to 20. So I'm going to look for a sub 20 is going to be negative 5, because that's my first term, plus 20 minus 1 times my common difference, which is negative 2. So it's going to be negative 5 plus 20 minus 1 is 19 times that negative 2. It's equal to negative 5 plus a negative 38. And that's going to come out to be a negative 43. So that means my 20th term, my a sub 20, is equal to negative 43. Alright, now let's try part B here. It says find the 12th term of this sequence. So notice here, if I said 10 minus 3, that gives me 7. 17 minus 10, that gives me 7. So that means my common difference is 7. And I also know that my a sub 1 is equal to, well, what's my first number there? 3. So now it's all the information I need to know. I need to know the a sub 1. I need to know the common difference. And I guess I need to know what term I'm looking for. So since I'm looking for the 12th term, that means n is going to equal to 12. So a sub 12, the 12th term, is equal to the first term, which is 3, plus 12 minus 1, because that n is 12, times the common difference, which is 3. So it's going to be 3 plus 11 times 3. It's going to be 3 plus 33. So that means my a sub 12th term is equal to 36. Okay? Now, let's do part C. It says find the 45th term of this sequence. So notice now I'm going to say 33 and 1/4 minus 3 is just going to give me 1/4. 3 1/2 minus 3 1/4. Well, it's going to be a half minus a quarter, which is going to give me 1/4. Same thing here, 3/4 minus a half is going to give me 1/4. Okay, so that means my difference is 1/4. Then my first term, my a sub 1, is equal to 3. So that means my n is equal to 45, because that's what they told us right up here. So a sub 45 is going to be my first term, which is 3, plus 45 minus 1 times 1/4. It's going to be 3 plus 44 times 1/4. 1/4 of 44 is going to be 11, so 3 plus 11 is going to come out to be, so my a sub 45th is equal to 14. Your homework is on page 215. You can do all the 34s, all the 33s, and then 5 more of your choice. Good luck!